some coffee that I'm just about to pour. I woke up about 20 minutes ago. I was up very late last night because my brain wouldn't stop telling me things, or haunting me is more like it. So we're doing well. Also, I feel like we have a lot to go through in this time, so get yourself a cup of coffee or maybe something stronger. We are back in the rainy season. It is the end of May, which is bonkers to me. I was woken up this morning by a very violent storm. I've always liked rain. Living in the desert, it was such a treat. I have never been scared of rainstorms until I got here, where you can hear your neighbor's roof coming off. It brings things into perspective. Your ceiling starts leaking and you're like, oh, cool, this is normal. And it just puts into perspective what people go through here, and also like people that have their homes destroyed by tropical storms. Like, it's terrifying hearing Mother Nature completely rip apart things. Climate change. So I guess let's just kind of go through what has happened these past 2 months, I think, since I've made a vlog. March, I had IST, which is like our first work conference as Peace Corps volunteers after our observation period. It stands for I See the Alcohol. No, just kidding. I actually don't know what it stands for. But it was a nice way to reconnect with the friends. We invited a counterpart from our site to attend some of the workshops and stuff, and it went really well with my counterpart. I have been kind of feeling unsure where we stood in our relationship, and this was a really great way for us to, confirm that we work well together, that we're a good pair. And she actually lives in the town that we had the conference, so I went to her house after the conference and met her family and stuff. So integration. Yeah. Then after the highest of the high became the lowest of the low of my relationship ending. That sucked. To put it mildly. And so I'm trying to treat it all as a learning experience, as I'm trying to think about this entire 2-year experience of a learning experience, neither good nor bad. It just happened that this learning experience taught me that I should never fall in love. Was that too real? I don't know. Yeah, they just call me Boo Boo the Fool because clowning season is year-round. Am I right? But, things happen, life happens, and all you can do is keep moving forward. So I changed some plans, and in April I went home for Semana Santa, which was great. I really got to just relax and eat everything in sight. I miss, food in America. It was like the first proper vacation I have had in a very long time. Whenever I would come back home from college, I would still be stressed and feel like part of myself was still in Boston, and just so this was the first proper healing vacation where I feel like generally everything went well, and it was really hard to come back to Colombia. That's the sad part. I immediately had a depression slump. I'm a generally competitive and ambitious person, I think in a healthy way. And so hearing what everyone else is doing back in the States and, doing this degree program or getting this job, and I have another 1.5 years of being in Colombia, and I've kind of hit a wall with my work. All right, I've got a very basic schedule down and nothing is changing. It's just if I have another 1.5 years of that, how am I gonna do it? I don't know. That's the scary part. I feel like, I'm building the relationship with the kids, but they drive me crazy. Absolutely crazy. I just had my first classes in a while this week, and it was a disaster of just, these kids are great, but they do not care. They do not care. Well, granted, there's like the 2 kids in the class that actually care about what's going on, but the rest are just like, they cut down the time I get with the kids to an hour. I was like, okay, like, that's fine. This class, I see them more consistently, so they're ahead, and I didn't want to do a new session to get really uneven with where I'm at with my other class. So I was gonna do kind of a review session, but I was like, let's do little 30-second presentations to remember where we last left off in class, and I thought we were gonna go boom, 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 and then we'll do this little review session, and it'll be good. It took the entire hour for them to like do these presentations. It was crazy to me. I don't know if I speak a different language than them, but I feel like I'm communicating clearly what they need to do in the presentation. They just don't listen. And so I have to re-explain it for every group that comes up. And the teacher I work with does not care, is just happy that he doesn't have to teach for a class. And so he's not paying attention and not helping me at all. This has been building up, and then we're getting near the end of class and this group is presenting. I see this scuffle going on across the room. It has these windows that look out on the side of the school, and the lower school kids have a different schedule than the 10th graders that I teach. So sometimes they have recess and are kind of squirrely and are trying to peek into the classroom. It's whatever, you just ignore them. And also we have a curtain that covers the window. But I see these kids, my 10th graders, getting under the curtain and like fiddling around the window, and I'm just like, what is going on? I like stop the presentation and I'm like, what are you doing, dummies? They are opening this window because there's little kids out there. I'm like, just ignore them, just ignore them. It's not an issue. And then one of my 10th graders has the audacity to spit out of the window at these 2nd graders, just spits on them. One of them comes back and projectile it was impressive if I weren't absolutely disgusted, but you could see the glob of spit just like launch through the window and land on the 10th grader that spat on them. This kid almost climbs out of the window trying to cuff this kid. He knocks down the curtain and everything. My counterpart finally looks up and it's just like, oh, hey, kids, like, let's not. I was just like, I literally in class just put my head slowly down on the desk and just sat there for a while because I couldn't handle what was going on. So if that's any indication of what being a Peace Corps volunteer is like, yeah, you just sigh and you're just like, I can't do anything about the situation, so I'll just let it unfold and try to communicate to you that I'm severely disappointed. You know, I'm kind of going through that apathy, frustration stage of trying to think how to reinvigorate my service and make sure I can do it. So I guess one of the things was I have started making sure to plan at least one fun thing every month, some trip or some way to spend the little money that I have on something enjoyable. And so in May, I kind of overloaded it because I was so unhappy when I finished my vacation. I did 2 really incredible trips with my friends from my cohort. The first one was going to the Sierra Nevadas in the Magdalena department. One of my friends is working with cacao farmers there and doing ecotourism work. It was really incredible. The views were spectacular, and meeting these people and learning about the history of the region and their family history. Also learning basic things about how chocolate is made and the struggles that they face or challenges or successes that they have, what that means in the scheme of their work. It was really, really incredible. Granted, I was definitely the weakest link in terms of the hiking. I am abysmally not in shape. My friends were very kind to me to, have patience with how terrible I was. It was a big moment for me because I had never done backpack hiking before. I did it. Then the second trip was to a town called Riohacha that is in La Guajira. department. It's this really cute beach town, beach city, question mark. It kind of is on that border. And so we had a ladies' weekend, celebrated a friend's birthday, and it was really nice to bum by the pool, by the beach, drink some very nice cocktails, and kind of just have fun and not worry about anything going on in my life. It's been just up and down, and I am in a slump, and I am trying to figure out what the heck to do with my life. This is my only escape. Talking to myself. Wow, that's great. That's great. I need some Baileys or something for this. Jeez. Alright, well, thank you for checking in with me and my life. I hope you are experiencing some positive things in your life and that you focus on those positive things and value them. Yay, okay, life sucks. Bye.